All right, happy Sunday, fun day to all my fellow patriots out there today. I saw this article on Gateway Pundit, and then I Googled it just to confirm that it was real news, and I looked on Twitter. And the bottom line is there's not much coverage on the story, so I thought that I should probably do a video about it because um, it's a pretty sad story. So let me get Cloud. Cloud, come here. My little girl wants some attention. Say hi to everybody, Cloud. What a good girl. Come here, Raindrop. Come here. Come say hi. Come on. Come here. Let me shake your haircut off. So everybody, I groomed to Raindrop today real quick. Did my own grooming on her. I think she looks pretty good. What do you guys think? I think I did a pretty good job. Huh? You good girl? Yeah, you're so good. All right, ladies. So let me get back to the story. and then we'll talk about CPAC. Oh, she wants some food. Come here. Okay, there you go, girl. All right, sorry about that, guys. Life of a dog owner. So I went on Gateway Pundit today, and I saw this article about a J-6 prisoner who committed suicide. And obviously, when someone commits suicide, it's a horrible thing. The people that commit suicide were obviously pushed in their limits, and they felt that they couldn't cope with the world anymore. So to them, that's their solution. And obviously, if you know anybody that you think might be having suicidal thoughts, always contact a professional or authorities immediately. I love life. And even though, we've all experienced some dark times, I personally would rather deal with those dark times and overcome them than, ever think about going to that dark place. But again, I've never been there, so I can't really speak too much on it. But always contact a professional if you know anybody that is going through it. So the only reason why I want to talk about the story is because we are living in a two-tier justice system, as you guys know. I was at the rally on January 6th. I didn't go in the Capitol, never got close to the Capitol, which in hindsight, it was one of the best decisions that I've probably made in my life. Because if I had gone in, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys. I would also be in jail probably right now, which is really scary to think about. But I try to be a law-abiding citizen 99.9999% of the time. All the time. I'm a law-abiding citizen. And yeah, the issue I have is that day, though, people didn't know they were breaking the law. They when they went in the Capitol, a lot of people were briefed in by the police. And then all of a sudden, like retroactively became a crime. So we're in a two-tier justice system, and it's pushing people to their limit. I was at CPAC, and I talked to a lot of people that have connections to J6, as you could imagine. Some people that have been called by the FBI, people that have been on the radar by the FBI. So, but here's the story. Rest easy, Matt. You are finally free. Heartbreaking obituary for J6 prisoner and suicide victim Matthew Perno. So this is Matthew Perna right here, as you guys can see on the screen. And according to the Gateway Pundit, he was a nonviolent Trump supporter who was arrested after January 6th, and he committed suicide. So first, I want to thoughts and prayers to Matthew Perno. We're thinking about him today and his family and anyone he's left behind, his loved ones. He was never accused of violence or vandalism. He walked inside the U.S. Capitol. His government targeted him, made up charges against him, and then destroyed him. In the end, it was too much. It's a horror story. In December, Matthew pleaded guilty to felony obstruction of Congress and 3 misdemeanor charges associated with his entry into the Capitol on January 6th. The U.S. Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia reported Friday. He's scheduled for sentencing on March 3rd. Via Taylor Hansen, and I actually met Taylor Hansen for the first time in person yesterday at CPAC. Via Taylor Hansen, last week he heard from them they were going after more charges. They informed him the other day that they were pursuing additional charges. He couldn't take another day. A lot of these people have been locked up in solitude confinement, which is, as you can imagine, it drives people to the brink of insanity. And the fact that this is happening in America is awful. Matthew Perna's family posted a heart-wrenching obituary following his death at the John Flynn Funeral Home webpage. From his obituary, Matthew Lawrence Perna died on February 25th of a broken heart. His community, which he loved, his country, and the justice system killed his spirit and his zest for life. Matt was an amazing man. In his 37 years, he experienced more than most people do in their entire lives. He graduated from Sharpsville High School in 2002, then went on to graduate from Penn State University. He attended the rally on January 6th to peacefully stand up for his beliefs. After learning that the FBI was looking for him, he immediately turned himself in. He entered the Capitol through a previously open door. He did not break in, as was reported, where he was ushered in by police. He didn't break, touch, or steal anything. He did not harm anyone and stayed within the velvet ropes taking pictures. For this act, he has been persecuted by many members of his community, friends, relatives, and people who never met him. Many people were quietly supportive, and Matt was truly grateful for them. The constant delays in hearings and postponements dragged out for over a year. Because of this, Matt's heart broke and his spirit died, and many people are responsible for the pain he endured. Matt did not have a hateful bone in his body. He embraced people of all races, income brackets, and beliefs, never once berating anyone for having different views. Matt's family stood by him during this devastating ordeal and are extremely proud of his passion for life and his pursuit of any dreams. His actions last year are not looked down upon. Instead, his family is grateful and humbled by his courage. They say God never gives anyone more than they can handle. That statement is not biblical, nor is it true. Rest easy, Matt. You are finally free. So, Matt, you're in our thoughts and prayers, and I'm sorry that you were, driven to this point and making this decision. But yeah, I mean, as a January 6th rally attendee myself, when I go back to that day on my Facebook, I read the comments from that day, and I was surprisingly mostly met with support for being there by people on my Facebook. I would pull up their comments now. Actually, I'm going to pull the comments up for myself on the back end if I can find it, but I don't want to put their names on YouTube Live because I don't want to dox anybody. Some people, they're not open with their views as much as we are. So I'm not going to do the screen share of that. Let's see if I can even find it on my account. Let's see. Posts. I just want to read what some people said that day on my page. Yeah, I can't find it right now. But I did get a lot of threats on January 6th, right around then. I had former clients of mine, people that I've taken out to lunch, people that I've done business deals with, that messaged me that they reported me to the FBI, that they submitted my name, they submitted my information, and I didn't go inside. So I could only imagine what people who went inside got, especially when the media has been positioning this as an insurrection or the darkest day since 9/11. I mean, if you hear that and you believe it, if you truly believe that January 6th was the worst day since 9/11, then you're going to look at those people who went inside and be like, you are a terrorist. So it really comes down to the brainwash by the media, the propaganda. As one of my interviewees once said, they overplayed that day. It was a bad day. Don't get me wrong. People should not have been violent. People should not have attacked police officers. Anyone who hurt a police officer, yes, should be punished. But if you were welcomed in and you wandered around and you weren't violent, you didn't break anything, I feel like a fine and probation, and at the bare minimum, a speedy trial. Come on. I thought that we were supposed to have a right to a fair and speedy trial in America. And some of these people have been locked up for over a year now. It's already February. It's almost March. So, Matthew Perno has been a victim of the situation, and my heart goes out to them. My heart definitely goes out to them. And I'm just looking at some of the comments now from that day on my Facebook end. It's just crazy what some of these people said back then. So, you know, I didn't do anything wrong that day. Was I nervous afterwards? I mean, a little bit, because who knew who they're going to go after? I'm a small YouTuber. I got a channel. I got a video up on the channel still. It's still there on YouTube. I don't know who they were going to go after, you know, but ultimately common sense kicked in, and I said, I didn't even go inside. I didn't even get close. I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm a nonviolent person, and I back the blue. I know some people don't back the blue anymore. I still respect the police. I don't respect, however, the police in Canada who are beating citizens for peacefully protesting. At some point, you got to look to your boss and be like, I'm good. Like, I'm not going to follow your ridiculous orders. But yeah, Matthew Perno, fellow patriot, lost a good man. And again, I don't know anything else about him besides that article. So if there's any information I'm missing that I'm not including in this context, that's my apologies. But I tried to do a Google search to find more information about this guy, and I couldn't find anything really. But there you go. Matthew Perno, thinking about you today, and that's the purpose of this the stream. Okay, so let's see what comments we got here. Howdy. Hey, Jeff Johnson. Hi, Selma. We got Rick Y in the house. So how is the CPAC? I think moving forward, I'm not going to buy tickets to all 4 days. That was unnecessary. I think next year what I'll do is, if I go next year, I will buy the ticket the day that Trump is speaking, and that's it. I will only buy the 1 day ticket next year. And also, I'll make sure I arrive earlier, because this year we couldn't get in to see Trump's speech. They were overfilled. So we ended up watching it at a bar, like down the street from the hotel. So that day was a waste of money. I mean, I did go the first day and I met a lot of cool people. That was really awesome. But ultimately, you could just go there and be there for the social gatherings and only pay for the day that Trump speaks. That's my own personal opinion. That's my personal opinion. I will say, though, one of the things that really pissed me off at the event was on the day that Trump spoke, there were a lot of vendors that were outside of the hotel on the corners selling Trump gear. That's totally standard. Whenever you have a Trump event, you always have the vendors that are selling shirts and hats and flags, all that stuff. Well, on one corner was a bunch of legit neo-Nazis waving the Nazi flag with a swastika. And that pissed me off. Because as you guys know, even though I'm not a practicing Jew, I was raised in a Jewish family. I also did celebrate Christmas too, by the way. But I was raised with Jewish culture, went to synagogue, bar mitzvah, all that stuff. So when I see neo-Nazis, and this was my first time seeing them in real life, by the way, guys. I've never seen the swastika in real life before until this day. It just pisses me off, though, like, because the bottom line is those are not Trump supporters. Those are anti-establishment, anarchists, neo-Nazis that just want to tarnish the Trump movement, in my opinion. And as a Jew, you know, my great-grandmother, she lost her siblings in the Holocaust. So I've had family members on my tree lost their lives to the Holocaust. So when I see things like Nazi flags or neo-Nazis, it does upset me a lot. It pisses me off that these people could just support the flag of the regime that committed such atrocities to humans. It's horrible. So it definitely was very disturbing for me to see them there. And then they left, and the police escorted them, you know, to make sure that I guess no one hurt them. But I'm like, I get it. You know, the police want no violence. And I was talking to Tara about it, and Tara said, no matter what your beliefs are, no violence. I agree with that to a degree, but at the same time, if it's just like the part that also pisses me off is the left always refers to right wingers as Nazis. And that really just kind of downplays the severity of the word. It almost takes away the power of the word when you just throw that word around so flippantly. It's just so funny that right wingers are like, no mandates, no medical injections. And they're like, well, you're Nazis for thinking that. It's like, wait, what? It's backwards. So it's just like, it's really frustrating to me that the left calls a lot of right wingers Nazis or neo Nazis. But then they actually were some there, which I don't think were associated with the Trump movement. I'm not going to say that those Nazis were leftists because I don't think that they were. I don't think they're right or left. I think they're just people that hate this country, people that hate humanity. And so therefore they operate outside of the political spectrum that we're used to. You know what I'm saying? But I'm on Twitter right now. I'm on the Twitter and I'm trying to see if there's some photos of it because some people did take photos of the neon. Yeah, here they are. So I saw these guys outside. This guy's got a sign that says abolish the Canadians. You see what I'm saying? This is just like, this would be, I don't even know what side this would be on. It says abolish the Canadians, and then it says honk honk on a truck. So it seems like it's a pro trucker sign, but then it's not because it's saying abolish the Canadians. See, there's the picture of the flag in the background right there. You can see it. And they were being talked to by a lot of people, interviewed. I think honestly they were there to just cause a scene and also tarnish the name of Trump supporters. I'm not even going to click on this picture. I'm going to click this article actually. Is a red state. I don't know what red state is. Oh, let's see. I'm just trying to see if they say anything about it. So the first indication of the Florida Nazi narrative derailing is the very fact that they were on site protesting the convention. Why would this crowd be here barking about the Republicans, given that the claims of the GOP and the various political leaders? So they were protesters to Trump. Okay. They're mad at Republicans. And I'll tell you this, in defense of the Republicans and the conservatives, there actually was a shoving match between the Trump support, the true Trump supporters, and these neo-Nazi lunatics, where the Trump supporters were like cursing them out. So I was happy to see that people were speaking up against them. But the fact that these people were even there holding their flags, it upsets me because it puts, you could have taken a photo with the Nazi flag and in the distance a Trump flag, but now it's in the same photo. And that's just horrible. So right here, they look like a disconnected clutch of unskilled workers who are rounded up if they're being spotted. Huddled behind the Burger King, leeching off the Wi-Fi signal, they stood around in desultory fashion, delivering no real message. They did have signs with the N-word, by the way, which I thought was really, really rude. And there's the police that were keeping an eye on everything, making sure that there was no violence. But, oh yeah, so the point I wanted to make earlier is like, the left refers to the right wingers as Nazis, right? So then when a left winger or Antifa punches or assaults a right winger, it's kind of like, we were just attacking a Nazi. We were just punching a Nazi. And I think most people would agree attacking a Nazi or assaulting a Nazi is an understandable act, right? If someone is a Nazi and you punch them, it's kind of like fair game, right? I think most people would agree with that. So seeing this here, it's just so upsetting to me that they're there protected by the police, and at the same time they call the right Nazis and they feel that they have the right to attack us. It's really just, it's so messed up. So that was the only negative thing that really upset me at CPAC was these people being there. But ultimately, when you are in the political arena, you're gonna see some stuff that you don't want to see. You know, unfortunately, that's just the nature of it. Some people are insane, and some people are very radicalized. And I don't know how to change these people's minds. I have no idea how to even go about having a conversation with them as a Jewish person. I mean, what do you say to them? Hey, sir, are you aware of the atrocities of Holocaust? I mean, duh, of course they do. That's why they're holding those flags out. So it's like I can't even talk to these people. They've lost their humanity, and it makes me sick. So that was the only thing about CPAC that I didn't like, besides the fact I couldn't get into Trump's speech. Traveling to the January 6th protesters should be pardoned. Pelosi, Schumer, Clinton, and Biden all need to be removed from prison. Antifa and BLM burned down our cities and they walked into a building. Yep. Vasil, how did Matt die? I don't know how he died. There was an article I read that kind of explains a bit of how what killed him. Something to do with his heart. But I'm not sure exactly how he took his life, but I just know he committed suicide. Thank you, Crusader General. I appreciate the support. The neo-Nazis are Antifa, FBI actors like Patriot Front. I mean, it could be. I wouldn't be surprised that they were paid provocateurs. But these people, you could not pay me enough to ever carry that type of flag or anything close to that. I would never do that. I want to see if I could pull in the the video of the fight for you guys, because there was a shoving match that happened. Let me see. I think Grayson Arnold may have shared it. I'm not sure. And we'll talk about here it is. I do have it. Okay, so I'm going to so here's the fight, guys, between let me share my screen. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to pull in my screen sharing. So I figured out I could do this through QuickTime, which is kind of cool. Okay, file new movie recording. We are going to get this through. Oh man, I got to plug this phone in. Hold on, guys. Yeah, my phone wasn't plugged into my laptop, which needs to be done in order to get access to the. Let's see, is it connected? Yeah. Okay. 1 minute, guys. Thank you for your patience here, Poppy Daddy. All right, we're gonna share this. Let me make sure that Do Not Disturb is on, because I don't need someone DMing me and you seeing what's going on in my DMs. Share. All right, share screen, and here we go. So this is the fight that I was talking about between the Trump supporters and the neo-Nazis. And this is from Grayson Arnold's channel, Pure Politics, on Telegram. So if you guys want to follow his channel, it's official Pure Politics. Oh, I don't know if the audio is going to work. Yeah, let me try to do it this way. Let's try to do it this way. It might be a bit of an echo, guys. Yeah, I can't do it, but just watch the visuals of it. Just typical words being exchanged. Here comes the fight. The guy in the American flag here is Trump supporter. The guy on the right is the neo-Nazis holding the flags. So you can see here that they're going to have a little shoving match. That's one of the neo-Nazis right there to the right with the skull mask on. And that's a Trump supporter. So this is to me proof that we're not on the same side as these neo-Nazis, like at all. Because when you put the Trump supporters in the same area as neo-Nazis, Trump supporters will speak against these people. So if there's any evidence you need, here's some evidence that we have no association to these scumbags, what they are. Oh, when is Bike Week? I don't even know when Daytona Beach Bike Week is. Let me see. Bike Week. Friday, March 4th to Sunday, March 13th. It's coming up. You know, I might be able to be there. Tara's birthday is March 5th, and we're going to try to be out of the country for that. Maybe Mexico. So I don't know if I'm going to be here for Bike Week. But if I do happen to be here, that would be super badass to be at Bike Week. I would love that. Vasil, I've been here long enough, still don't know who died, and there is no interaction. So as you know, I'm going through the comments now, Vasil, and if you want to rewind the video, the guy that died, his name is Matthew Perno, and he was a J-6 political prisoner who died from suicide because the government was trying to put more charges onto him, and he just couldn't take it anymore. So, and yeah, I don't recognize your name, so maybe you're a new viewer, but my channel, we're very good at reacting to all the comments, and you could ask in the like my audience. I generally do go through most of the comments when I'm on here. That's right. Thank you, Steve. Hit that like button. Serious news: Russian bombers land in Venezuela for a better tactical strategy, just in case. That's crazy. I didn't read about that yet. FPA and DOJ are complicit. If they spy on a president, they will trample on anyone in the globalist agenda. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's honestly, guys, that's why, like, I mean, politics is so interesting to me. But I'll be honest, I like traveling more. If I had to choose between travel blogging and politics, I'm going to do travel. However, because of COVID, traveling has not been something I can actually do. In my dream scenario, Philippines would open tomorrow, and I would start planning to head over there. But in the meantime, while I am here in the U.S., it is important that I continue to fight for the freedoms in this country and fight for Trump to get him back in office. That's what matters to me, is that Trump wins in 2024. And I feel like if that happens and he comes back, my job will be done. And then, of course, 2028, I'll fight for DeSantis if he becomes the nominee. But I do think Trump's going to be running. I think it's pretty obvious if you read. You don't have to read between the lines. He basically makes it so obvious that he's going to be running again in 2024. But anyway, guys, look, I just wanted to hop on and I wanted to talk about Matthew Perno for a little bit. Answer some of your questions. We did that, and we should be back on tomorrow, the T&A Show. I think me, Tara, Grayson. So thank you again, guys, for hopping on this Sunday evening. I appreciate you guys. Go check out my channel on YouTube. We have the last two videos are 2 CPAC videos that you guys can watch from day 1 and day 3. And then on TikTok, I've been having a lot of great content on TikTok. So TikTok has been where I update. Oh, I'm so jealous of your father, man, that he's in the Philippines.
Shout out to this message right here is for Big King. So if that's not you, keep scrolling.
I'd rather be in Thailand probably because I just love. I've never been to the Philippines except through the airport. So I can't really say that I want Thailand more, but it's going to be hard for Thailand to beat. It's going to be hard for Philippines to beat Thailand, in my opinion. Except, I'm just excited to meet the woman in the Philippines. I do believe that on a culture standpoint, the Christianity aspect of it, I think could create good options for potential mother for my child. Even though I am Jewish, I have nothing against dating a Jewish one, by the way. I really don't. I don't care about religion that much. I don't care what the religion is of my significant other. It means almost nothing to me. But just from a value standpoint, I do think that Philippines is a great option in terms of potential partner, mother of my child. In the meantime, if you guys want to follow, what is this, Adam? Dad, what are you doing for hypertension? You mentioned you had it diagnosed at the doctor. What about at home? So I don't check my blood pressure anymore. I stopped doing that a decade ago because I get very scared. I get scared of going to the doctor. I get scared of seeing doctors. I get scared of testing my blood pressure. Freaks me out. So I can't even get a good reading. The only way that I could probably get a true reading is if I'm sleeping and someone just puts the band on me and then tests my blood pressure. Otherwise, I don't want to fucking check it because I'm terrified of that stuff. But I'm on blood pressure meds, losartan potassium, 100 milligrams a day. I take beetroot, which is an all-natural supplement. It's just beetroots, and I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what I take for my blood pressure. It's called beetroot. Literally a beetroot. I take 3 of these a day. It's 1,500 milligrams of beetroot. There you go. Check it out. That's just ground up beet. And what it does is it opens up your capillaries. So it like fires up the nitrous oxide through your veins and capillaries, which opens them, which lowers your blood pressure. It's interesting. I was doing some research on blood pressure and cholesterol. And the reason why that they're correlated, this is so interesting actually, is so when you have high blood pressure, what does that really mean? Well, from my understanding, it means that your heart has to work harder to pump blood through the body, right? So it puts more stress on your heart. So number one, your heart has to work harder. Number two, you have to pump more blood. So what happens to your kidneys? Well, your kidneys have to process more blood. So what happens to your kidneys? Well, they get used up faster. That's why a lot of people with advanced hypertension or kidney disease end up needing dialysis because their kidneys are shot. So how does your body protect itself? Well, in order to protect itself against high blood pressure, it creates cholesterol, or it boosts cholesterol levels. Crazy, right? Now, why does it do that? Well, as your blood pressure is high, what that means is it's going through your capillaries and arteries at a much faster rate. Okay? Think about a hose. Because the blood is moving faster, it tears down the artery walls, the capillaries. It creates little holes. So if this is your artery, and this is the walls, and normally like this, high blood pressure creates little openings and gaps along the walls. So in order for your body to protect itself, it uses cholesterol to plug the arteries, coat the arteries. So you got your artery, it's got little holes. So then they put cholesterol inside to build it up. Well, cholesterol shrinks your arteries. So it all works together, right? Blood pressure is destroying the arterial walls, the capillary walls. Cholesterol comes in to protect it. But because the cholesterol is coming in to protect it, your blood pressure goes higher because it has less space to go through. It's crazy. It's all tied together. It's like a domino system. So you need things like beetroot and blood pressure meds to keep everything in order, because you really want to avoid the problem getting too crazy. Caffeine is not good for you. Alcohol is not good for you. I still do drink caffeine. This is a weak energy drink, though. This is my favorite energy drink, Celsius, because each one of these burns 100 calories with like green tea extract and stuff. Exercise, I do about 30 minutes a day of running. Plus, I get my 10,000 steps a day, and then I lift weights a lot. And I either do a combination of intermittent fasting or like one meal a day. Today I had 2 meals. Probably had about 2,000 calories today. That's it, across 2 meals. So the reason why I like doing that is because if you have fewer meals, you could put more calories into each of those meals, right? So most people, they'll have 3 or 4 meals a day. And if you're eating 1,000 calories a meal, well, you're going to gain weight. But if you're doing what I'm doing, 2 meals a day, 1,000 calories, you're probably not going to actually gain weight because that's all your calories you need for the day. But each meal is bigger. So I will eat cheese. I will have things like that. But my body fat is about 14% right now. And my weight is about 169 pounds, 168 around there. I'm trying to get down to 160, but this is where I'm stuck. I really need to ramp up my cardio at this point now to just get over that finish line to get down to 160. But I would be super lean at 160. I guess we'll just go through some more comments here. Ray Studios, I'd love to do a collaboration on your podcasts. So if you guys want to follow me for like my daily short news updates, you can go to my TikTok. I know a lot of you don't have it because you don't want to be part of the Chinese spy app. But as you can see, I've rebuilt my audience a bit. It took me off at 50K. I'm already back up to 29K. And my videos do pretty well. Look at the last 4 videos in terms of view counts. 6,000, 14,000, 1,000, 19,000. So I'm doing pretty good on TikTok. And I just react to news stories, whatever's in the news. And then if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I just found out that my backup account has been, I guess, released from the shadow ban, which is very exciting for me. So if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, you can just go to Be Free My Sheeple on Instagram, Be Free My Sheeple. And, it's mostly memes I share there. Like if you guys want to see funny memes. And I get these memes from patriots.win, conspiracies.win. And also I get them from Facebook, Make Memes Offensive Again. And I also take them from friends that might post something I like. I'll just, reshare it. I like this one right here. I stand as the only president of the 21st century under whose watch Russia did not invade another country. Spanish word of the day, Putin. Maybe Putin Camel. Maybe Putin Kamal in charge of Ukraine was not a good idea. It's funny as hell. This is a great one. I'm done being an expert in vaccines. This week, I'm a foreign policy specialist. It's funny. Liberal Hive Mind shared that today, but I shared it yesterday. So I was actually ahead of Liberal Hive Mind on that one. But I got that one from patriots.win. So I'm guessing that's where he got it from too. And then within my memes, I'll put some like selfies and stuff of cool people I meet. This is me and Taylor Hanson. He's the founder of Baby Lives Matter movement. And he's the guy that we talked about from the article with Matthew Perno. And this is me and Bryson Gray. We got a good chance. We had a chance to meet yesterday. That's me and Tara and Grayson at the CPAC from America's Voice photo booth. So yeah, that's my Be Free My Sheeple on Instagram. My TikTok, Adam Francisco 248. Am I on tier T? No, I've never taken anything. I've never taken a single supplement, and I don't even do protein shakes at all anymore. I don't do anything, no supplements, nothing. I do think though that when I'm older, I'll probably get tested. I'll probably take TRT, but right now, no, I'm take nothing, and I'm pretty happy. I don't know. How's the lighting? It's not the best, but I'm pretty happy. I got some decent cuts, guys. I'll make myself full screen. Let's move this. There you go. Not bad. It's all about angles, man. When you get the right angle, it makes you look freaking huge. But seeing if I stand up, I'm not anywhere near as big. It's just lighting and angles. That's all it is. Let's see. The doctor wasn't worried about because I'm in as shape as Adam, but I was 158.60 at the doctor's office. Yeah, your blood pressure is going to spike up when you're at the doctor if you have what I have, which is like white coat syndrome. Usually I'm around, but I'm on meds too, so keep that in mind. I don't know what I would be if I was off meds, but 120 over 80 is normal. That's weird that you're 160 over 60, but 120 over 80 is normal, and I'm at usually 135 over 90, 140 over 90 at the doctor's office, so still high, but a lot of it has to do with panic and fear because of the doctors, so maybe try to get your friend or something or parent or girlfriend, whatever, to do it while you're sleeping, while your body's like truly relaxed, so that way you don't have time to react, or do it like when you're still in bed waking up. That's what I would try to do to try to like offset some of the fear that I have. I will tell you guys a funny story real quick, since since the questions are still coming in. So about 15 years ago, I used to work in advertising on the client side. So I would buy ad space, and we had this company come in that had a website called, I think it was called greatboyfriends.com. I don't know if it's still up right now. Okay, so anyway, the website's not up anymore, but it was called greatboyfriends.com. They also had greatgirlfriends.com. And what it was somebody would submit their friend as a good candidate for a boyfriend or a girlfriend. The people would like be able to reach out and apply. Pretty funny concept. So my sales rep comes in after work hours at like 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. and brings in Asian food for all of us. Brings in like, I don't know, maybe Japanese food. And it must have been Japanese food because there was a tub of soy sauce. So my boss at the time, he was like a prankster. He says to me, Adam, I dare you to drink the soy sauce in front of you. It was like an 8-ounce bowl of soy sauce. So I was just like, no, I'm not gonna do that. That's disgusting. And he's like, come on, drink the 8 ounces of soy sauce. So then the sales rep at Great Boyfriend says, Adam, if you drink it, we will build a profile for you, put you on the homepage of greatboyfriends.com, and you'll have thousands of women that are going to apply to date you. So I was like, that's pretty epic. So I braced myself and I chugged the soy sauce. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, wait a second, soy sauce has a ton of sodium. And this is before I was hypertensive. So now I'm like, fuck, what did I just do? 8 ounces of soy sauce? That's a lot. So I go to my computer. I go to 311 Poison Control. And I Google, I drank soy sauce. Not a lot of information is coming up. So I call Poison Control. And I explain to them what I did. And they tell me that they're sending an ambulance immediately. And I said, why? They said, well, that's a lot of sodium. And it caused a heart attack. It's like, what the fuck? So I go downstairs. Now, I will admit I was lightheaded, but I couldn't tell if it was actually from the soy sauce or fear. But the ambulance comes. I get into the ambulance. The guy takes my blood pressure. It was like 230 over 130. 230 over 130. That's fucking high. And they rush me to the hospital, and they give me a diuretic to flush my system out. They make me drink water. They're trying to get the sodium out of my body. And I'm sitting there in the hospital, and I talked to everybody. So I talked to the nurse, and I said, hey, I'm curious, what do they have me listed in here for? So she pulls out the chart of why everyone's been admitted, and it said like broken elbow, stomach surgery, drank soy sauce. So I was like, that must be me. So now I'm just sitting there as I monitor my blood pressure. It's starting to stabilize, and they bring in some guy comes into my room tweaking off of some kind of drugs, just tweaking out of his mind, handcuffs to the bed. So once he came in, that was my cue to leave, and I just got up and left. I don't even recall if I checked out. I just got up and left. And then that night I had some sushi for dinner with soy sauce. I just thought that was kind of funny. So that was probably one of the dumbest things I ever did in my life, was drinking 8 ounces of soy sauce. And this is before I had hypertension, or at least before I was diagnosed. Maybe that partially caused it. Who knows? But that was really dumb. So the point of the story was, don't drink too much soy sauce, and watch your sodium levels if you have hypertension or blood pressure problems. Just try to minimize your salt intake. Drink a lot of water, and make sure you sleep a lot. 8 hours of sleep a day. Ray Studios, I got to check out your podcast. If you want, drop a link in the comments. So I'll check it out. I'll pull it up on the screen for everybody. Steve Harloa, besides heavy lifting while I'm at work, I've never worked out a day in my life. Tall, skinny, high metabolism, and I can hold my own. Will be 46 in April and feeling great. That's what it's all about, Steve. That's what it's all about. Renzo, no, that was 15 years ago. Highest mine was 180 over 60 for some reason. Bottom number is low during panic attacks. Yeah, I get panic attacks, bro. They're fucking awful. And that's what Raindrop helps me out with, actually. Having Raindrop, she is one of the few things that actually like fixes my panic attacks, because when they start to come on, you get high blood pressure, hyperventilating. fight or flight syndrome kicks in, right? And for me, it's mostly flight. And I try to when I have a panic attack coming on, what happens is I will jump up and I'll try to just get outside as quickly as possible because I start to feel claustrophobic. The worst is when I'm driving. If a panic attack comes when I'm driving, that's horrible. I sometimes have to just pull over on the side of the road. But then Raindrop, she doesn't like seeing me in that state, so she'll usually jump into my lap and like put her face on mine. And then no, this is a true story, guys. And I'll just hold her tight and wait for it to pass. And usually it takes about a minute, but Raindrop has become my weapon against it. So if you guys are suffering from panic attacks, I highly recommend getting a dog. It really has worked for me in terms of alleviating it. So definitely do that, guys. Service dogs all the way. And your doctor will probably write you a note too that you have a service dog. And that's why I get to bring Raindrop everywhere I go. That's why she has her little service dog vest, because she helps me out with panic attacks. Luckily, like if I'm doing things, it doesn't really happen. It's only if I'm like driving and I could think freely, and then I get a thought, and then the thought just like drills into your head, and you can't escape it. Huskies are fantastic. The best service dog though is Border Collies. So if you guys want the smartest service dog, the easiest to train is a Border Collie, and you could actually go online and look up the ranking of service dogs. Yeah, no, of course. Yeah, it's the pharmaceutical industry. It's also the insurance companies that have driven up the costs of everything that we deal with. So see, some guys, that's something that we don't talk about a lot, is like mental health amongst men. Men don't really talk about this stuff, but as you can see here, already 2 men have volunteered that they had panic attacks. Steve Harloa, he has panic attacks, and Hip Hop with the Meaning Cody, he's got panic attacks too, and I get panic attacks. So there are a lot of people out there that deal with more things than you're aware of, like in terms of health issues. So we have to normalize talking about that kind of stuff, because I think this is helpful, knowing that like other men experience this. We do have a lady in the house, Kathy Flora Cruz. Her last name means flower cross, or cross of the flower. Huskies are high energy. I met a woman. I was going to the gym a couple days ago, and as I'm walking into the gym, she sees me and my 2 dogs, and she says to me, "Hey, do you want a husky?" I was like, "What?" She goes, "Do you want a husky? I'm trying to get rid of mine." I'm like, "Get rid of yours?" I'm like, "Yo, a dog is a 15, 20-year commitment. When you bring a dog home, that's it. You're stuck with that dog for 20 years. And she's like, "No, I live in a small apartment, and he's got a lot of energy." And I'm like, "What did you freaking think when you got a husky? Like, do you not do research on the breed? If you wanted a dog for an apartment that has low energy, get like a fucking like a pug or something. I mean, I don't know a lot about pugs, but get like a sluggish dog. Like, what are you doing getting a husky? Just by common sense, don't get a big dog if you live in an apartment. That's just common sense. And if you don't have time to exercise and go to the park every day and play fetch and let it burn energy, don't get a big dog and do research on the dogs." So I was like, "So what are you going to do with this dog?" She goes, "I don't know. I'm thinking about bringing it to a shelter." Like, are you fucking serious? So casually too. She's like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about just bringing it to a shelter." I was like, "That's fucked up. That's so bad for I felt so bad for the dog. Like, honestly, I would take the dog on if I had a stable living condition and if I didn't travel a lot. But I travel too much, and you can only have 2 service dogs per passenger on most airplanes. So I couldn't bring a 3rd dog with me unless I put them in the cargo holds, which I'm not going to do. My dogs, I've only done that once from a flight between Thailand and Japan for 5 hours, and it broke my freaking heart. Never again. Healthcare. I do think that Mexico's great for medical tourism. So is Vietnam, and so is Thailand. We do have good health care in terms of like good technology. Like, we're very modern with technology. However, I truly do believe our doctors in America are indoctrinated to prescribe and do what's best for big pharma. I think that they are controlled by big pharma. I think a lot of doctors forget or just don't want to deploy their knowledge that they've learned in the textbooks, which are also probably indoctrinations too. But I think doctors in America, they need to learn more about natural treatment, organic, herbal type of remedies, because nutrition and diet can cure 99% of illnesses and sicknesses or prevent them. And our doctors seem to only come in and focus on, well, you have cancer. Let's try to cure that. Or, oh, you have hypertension. Here is some medication. Instead of when people are 10 years old or 12 years old or 13 years old, before these problems ever even come close to happening, teaching kids and really emphasizing with these children how they can live a healthy lifestyle and avoid all these conditions. But ultimately, I don't think that, I think that hospitals and doctors and pharma, they need people to be sick, because otherwise they don't have business and they won't make as much money. So I do think it's a coordinated attack by the fast food industry, pharma, government, insurance companies to keep us unhealthy. Sure, you might see stuff like go to the gym, but it's not really encouraged. It's not mandated. You know, if they were going to mandate anything during this pandemic, it should have been exercise, sunlight, and vitamins. That should have been the mandate. Attention, everybody. We are mandating 1 hour of outdoor playtime for everybody, adults and children. Mandated 1 hour. We are going to track your movement through your phone. We're going to make sure you're moving for 1 hour a day. That would have been cool. I've been like, damn, that's a good way to use technology. That's a good way to use technology. Instead, it's like, let's violate HIPAA and privacy, health things and all that stuff. So let's see. I work for a major health insurer in the U.S., and you're right about Big Pharma. That's all I can say about here. Yeah, I know you can't say too much about it, but there's actually a great video from that guy, Adam Ruins Everything. I should probably, you know what? Adam Ruins Everything. Let's play this 5-minute clip together, guys. Let's do that. You know what? We're going to do that. I'm going to play this clip for you guys. Let's enjoy. You know what? Let me do it this way. I'm going to download the video first. Give me a minute, guys. I'm going to download this video so I can play it full screen. Download YouTube video. So if you guys ever want to download a YouTube video, by the way, you can use these websites like YT5S. I know it looks shady, but it's a legit website. You get a lot of pop-ups, but look, just to show you that it works. So get link. It's going to convert it real quick. Download. I'm doing this in real time, guys. So now it's downloading the video. And then once the video is done, 9 seconds left, I'm going to put the video into the platform right here. So let me stop share. Okay, we got the video. Share video file. Hold on.
What as much medical care as possible.
So this is Adam Ruins Everything about insurance companies. Let's watch this together because I think this is super interesting stuff. And this is about why healthcare is so expensive. All right, guys, you ready? So that's one of the best episodes I've seen by him about the why medical costs are so high. So that's Adam Ruins Everything. Same name as me. But yeah, no, I mean, Renzo, I'm actually okay with universal health care. I think that would be one good usage of our tax dollars. I think that's one. But again, basic universal health care, not, some crazy type of health care. Just very basic universal health care. I'd be okay with that. What happened? No, the video ended, guys. No, the video just ended. Like it's right here. I could play it if you want. Yeah, guys, the video just ended. Don't worry.
Arguing over how to.
You are the worst person I have ever met, and I work in finance.
That's the end of the video right there. I mean, it's just the ending music. Again, Dos Equis, I think that universal healthcare is okay. with the option for superior healthcare through private means. But yeah, I mean, most developed countries in this world do have some type of universal healthcare, which, if America wants to be considered the best, I mean, I think that in some ways that's a good thing to offer people. Again, just basic healthcare should be universal, and insurance companies are crazy. It's just insurance is such a freaking scam. That's why I blame more than anybody else. I blame the insurance companies. Yeah, Mimi, that's one of the best videos that he's done. I'm telling you. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this stream, and let's keep the J-6 prisoners in our thoughts. Oh, did my stream go down? Oh, I had no idea that my stream went down, guys, because from my end, everything looks solid. Huh. That's strange. I guess I'll replay the video once I'm done with this and then see if it went down on YouTube. Oh, that's strange. Let me go look at my video real quick.
Specialist out of network. Your doctor's company.
Oh yeah, it did go down.
I want to be done with this cold and those miracle drugs.
Wow. Stream suspended for policy violations. Holy crap. What Maybe because I was using copyrighted video? Oh, you know what? I probably wasn't pausing it enough. I think when I do a video next time, I need to pause it and add commentary. I'm guessing that it picked up the fact that I was using like a copyrighted material, maybe. Yeah, like I'm guessing it's just because I was basically restreaming another channel's content without adding any commentary. So it was more copyright than like terms and conditions. I got to go look at my counter after to see if they gave me a strike for that. That's really weird. Yeah, I had no idea what you guys were talking about when you said I was down because everything was fine on my end. Still full. It says it's monetized. I don't know. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off before I get a policy violation. I have no idea I have no idea. No idea. We're living in strange times. It's because True TV, NBC, Disney, whoever it is, they have rights to this content. And unless you're modifying, adjusting it, or adding commentary, then you're violating fair use. So I probably should have paused it more along the way. The fact that I played it through all 5 minutes is probably what flagged the video. It's just part of the. I didn't think it applied for that kind of content. I thought it only applied for like music videos. So that was my fault. So all right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. And insurance companies are crazy. We made it. Insurance is such a freaking scam. That's why I blame more than anybody. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna just pause it and end the stream right now, and then just see how it replays when the stream is down. So, thanks again for watching. I appreciate you guys being here, and I'll see you guys. Oh, look who it is. Are you drunk? Oh, Tara's drunk, guys. She just came into my room.
I'm not that drunk. Hey guys.
Hey, how you doing?
Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
There's Tara, guys.
Not cool. Not cool.
She was sleeping.
Yeah.
You guys did some day drinking at the pool?
Yeah, it was cool hanging out.
Nice. So there's Tara, guys. She just crashed my video right at the end.
Yeah, I just put your laundry over there.
Thanks.
I thought you were asleep actually, so I brought you another blanket.
No, I'm gonna stay up, do some stuff. Look at Tara Cloud. How cute is that?
I'm exhausted. I'm going to sleep. So
Hey, you had a long day at the pool.
yeah, we're out in the sun all day.
Yeah. So there you go, guys. There's a special guest, Tara. Yeah, there's Cloud. Where's Raindrop? Raindrop. I gave her a haircut.
I know. She looks bald.
What do you think?
Yeah, you're looking good, Raindrop.
I did it myself.
Yeah.
That's why I had to do laundry because I got freaking dog hair.
Yeah.
You know? All right, guys. Thanks for. Are we roommates now? I mean, yes, pretty much.
Yeah, we are.
Pretty much, we're roommates now. So that way we could podcast all the time together. I don't have to keep driving back and
This
forth.
is a content creator household.
It's a content house now, guys. We're living in a content house until the Philippines open. Someone said, "Who's that Filipina baddie?"
Right here.
Noah said, "Oh, not drunk." All right, guys. See you tomorrow. We'll do. Can we do a stream tomorrow?
Yeah, we have to.
We have to apparently. So we'll do a stream for you guys tomorrow.
Lot to catch up with.
Lots to catch up on. We're going to talk about some of the drama that went down on CPAC, which I didn't talk to you guys about tonight.
Yeah.
So Mimi said, "Are we going to the convoy?"
I think so.
I think we're going to drive up.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to go to DC.
Other people are going, so.
Capture some footage up there and see what's going on. All right, guys, have a good night. Peace out. Let's play my close.